Hello everyone and welcome into the Digi Lounge, where we talk all things Digimon, from laid-back retrospectives to games to cards and everything in between. If you're a fellow fan of the digital universe, thanks for clicking and consider subscribing. And with the intro out of the way, let's get started. Welcome back to our retrospective series where we are looking at Digimon Adventure, and today we are on episode 4, Biyomon Gets Firepower. And to be honest, I was really excited for this one as someone who's a big fan of the Sora character, so let's dive into it. Now, of course, the kids are still wandering through the digital world, and right away there's this weird moment where a big black gear flies overhead. And it's a quick moment with no real explanation. It just happens and things move on. But you do get the sense that this is setting up something bigger and much darker down the road. But really quick, I do want to give a quick shout out to the animation direction here. As the kids are walking on early in the episode, you get this shift from wind blowing through tall grass to them trudging through the blazing hot desert. And yes, it's a small thing, but it gives the episode this really distinct visual identity right out of the gate. And it's those small moments in animation that add so much to the journey for me personally. But now the group does eventually stumble into a village of Yokomon, which, as you remember, is what Biyomon was before she met Sora. And this moment hits differently when you think about it a little bit, because in our episode 3 look back, we talked about how the show is portraying the digital world as an actual ecosystem, with Digimon acting like real animals would in our world. Now we're seeing communities of them. It's slowly showing us more and more, showing us how alive the digital world really is. And here we do get some real charming dialogue with the kids and these little baby Digimon. And you also get to hear Biyomon explain, well, how she's Biyomon now. And through that, we get to hear how important these bonds between the kids and the Digimon still is, and how it fuels their digivolving. It's also foreshadowing something that we'll see later. Now things are peaceful for a bit, the Yokomon are friendly, everyone gets to rest and get ready for dinner. But then suddenly, the water dries up, and the kids start connecting it to the black gear that they saw earlier, and that's when we get introduced to Meramon. Now Meramon's design alone is great, it really holds up. He's basically a walking wall of fire, and visually he's genuinely intimidating in a way that the show hasn't really done yet. But what makes him so unsettling in this moment isn't just how he looks, it's what he's saying. He keeps yelling about burning, about how much pain he's in as he's crashing down the mountain. Now on paper, that sounds almost funny because, well, he's made of fire, he's always burning. But it's the way it's delivered. You can tell something is deeply wrong with him. This is a Digimon in genuine agony, and once you already know what those black gears can do now to Digimon, that dialogue hits so much harder. This is where Sora and Biyomon really take over the episode though. As Meramon closes in on the village, Biyomon stays behind to help the Yokomon evacuate instead of running to safety like everyone else does, and Sora goes running back into danger to get her. And that one choice tells you everything about both of these characters. Sora isn't just protective in a hovering, worried way, she's willing to put herself directly in harm's way for Biyomon. And Biyomon isn't just a cute sidekick. She's got this instinct to protect others, even smaller and weaker than her, even if it puts her in danger and at risk. And then we get what I consider the highlight of the episode. Sora saves Biyomon from getting hurt, and Biyomon turns right around and says something like, "Now it's my turn to rescue you." I just want to pause on that line for a second because it's generally one of those lines that sums up why this show works. It's simple, it's not trying to be some big epic quote, but it perfectly captures the whole Sora and Biyomon dynamic in one sentence. And we're continuing to see in the show that these relationships are not one-sided. It's not as simple as a human protecting their pet. It's a two-way thing. They take turns looking out for each other. And that's kind of the whole point of this partnership. So Biyomon goes back into the fight, but her rookie attacks basically do nothing to Meramon, and things start looking really bad. And that's when she digivolves into Birdramon. And what still holds up and is so great to see is that if you look back at how this show has been building things up, this is now the third time in a row we've seen a Digimon digivolve like this. No crest, with no big explanation, just a Digimon pushing past their limit because their partner or someone they care about is in danger. So far, Greymon did it for Tai, Garurumon did it for Matt, and now Birdramon does it here. It's establishing this pattern early that digivolution isn't some technical power-up, it's an emotional response, and it makes you appreciate just how much these bonds matter to the story. But now Birdramon and Meramon go at it, and Birdramon manages to land a hit that knocks the black gear right out of him, and just like that, Meramon comes back to his senses, completely confused about what just happened, only remembering getting struck by that gear in the first place. And it's a pretty clean ending, honestly. Birdramon reverts back to Biyomon and goes straight to hug Sora, which is such a nice little button on everything we just watched. The Yokomon get their village and their water back, Meramon heads back up to the mountain no longer in pain and friendly again, and the kids get another piece of the puzzle about what these black ears are actually doing to the digital world. And just like that, that's episode 4. It's such a well put together episode with so much emotion when you really look at it. It takes a pretty simple Monster of the Week setup and turns it into one of the most character-driven episodes of the season so far, especially for Sora and Biyomon. Thank you for rewatching this episode with me, but these were just my thoughts. Let me know what you thought about episode 4 down in the comment section below, and I will see you in the next video.